All right, there you go. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. Everybody, welcome. It's Manic Monday, and we are hustling here in Dallas. So most of my activities right now are more immersion to the community of Dallas, either to the business community, profit or nonprofit, whether they are art collector, car collectors, or business organization, nonprofit organizations. This is the way we have to, especially if I'm new to Dallas. But then again, our company, we still provide, we increase your cash flow, but not your taxes. So you can live the lifestyle that you want because the highest expense that you're going to pay for your entire career in America, whether you are a high income professional making $100,000 or more, or business, or you're always going to pay taxes. And that's the highest expense. Can you imagine if you're paying 30%. An average here in the US, the average tax rate is between 22% to 39%. So that's why if you don't deal with any financial planner, accountants, tax strategies like our company, you might be losing 30% of your income every year and just donating it to the Uncle Sam. So tomorrow, just tune in to me tomorrow because we have a tax savings live chat. It's only 30 minutes from 9 a.m. to 9:30 Central Time. I'm going to go over about different business building strategy. We're going to go over also with different investment. And I think I posted on my story. Then, as part of my topic tomorrow, this is a very exciting topic. So make sure to take advantage of the free live chat. You can access it on LinkedIn, YouTube. If you have not registered for tomorrow's event, feel free to register to our event. Right, go to WYCO Tax, WYCO Tax. Go to the event page, and you would see there's a registration link if you have not registered. But anyways, on our discussion, we're talking about different type of investments. Why investment is very important? Because whenever you are investing your money, aside from your income, it helps you to plan for your retirement. It helps you to have any emergency fund that you need to really have a backup money aside from your month-to-month paycheck. That's why you need to invest wisely your money. But there are two components in able to effectively invest your money. Number one, it should the longer they put your money, the better. It works through time. Especially if you have a full-time job, time is going to work in your favor because nothing is built in one day. Whether you're building a business, whether you're building your retirement, you need to put your money as early as young as now. And when we talk about money or investment, we're talking about diversification. So time is at the essence. The younger you invest, the better for you. Number two, also taxation. You want to work taxation through with you, not against you. With any type of investment, they have different tax treatment, whether you invest your money in cryptos, whether you invest your money with capital stocks or bonds, and even with the insurance or even 401k. So make sure you have proper knowledge and informed decision to any eggs that you would like to expand in terms of in terms of expanding your portfolio, your business, your income. So that's why we are going to go over with the different most popular and the most frequently investment options that you have while you are here in the US. The first thing is we're going to go over about the 401k. When discuss the 401k, well, this again, the maximum contribution that you can put is $23,000 a year. This could be a shared contribution by you and your employer if you have W-2, or if you're a sole entrepreneur, sole proprietor, you can also open your own 401k through your own company. The advantage of this is because it offsets your taxable income. So, for example, let's say you have a 100,000 annual income and you put at least 10,000 of your money to the 401k. So now your taxable income will no longer be 100. It will only be 90,000. Because any money you put in a 401k offsets your yearly taxable income, However, the drawback of this, when you withdraw the money before 59 and a half years old, you might be facing, you will be facing 10% penalty. But at the same time, that's why you want to make sure when you put your money there, do not withdraw it if you don't need it. Have have this mindset that you're putting your money there for in a long-term run, maybe at the age after 59 and a half, so you avoid the 10% penalty. So the sooner, the better you can start. But that's just one option. The only problem with 401k, they don't guarantee the principal, which means you might be facing, you might even lose your money in a 401k. That's the drawback. That's why they don't guarantee your principal. If you already put $300,000 of money there, it doesn't mean if there's a volatility of the market, you might lose that money. So that's why there's no guarantee. They don't guarantee the principal. Now we're going to go over with real estate. The other one that we're talking about is real estate investment. What are the pros and cons of putting your money in real estate? The first one is let's talk about the advantage. The real estate can appreciate significantly over time, providing substantial returns on investment. That's why right now, if you're working from home and if you're, let's say, psychologist, you work from home, make the most of buying a house because uh, it can appreciate the value. So instead of you paying an office space where you can operate and work from home, you can make the most use because you don't know if you bought a property worth 250,000, it might be worth 500,000 after 10 years or 15 years. You don't know. So might as well, it has an appreciation potential. Number two, income generation. So the income generation, it's when you have a real estate, a lot of people rather you buy a rental property. We have nurse practitioners, he has his own house and then he bought another duplex or fourplex. There's an income generation because if you find a tenant for long term, maybe 1 year or more, that will cover the mortgage. If you're paying mortgage like 2,300 and then somebody rented it out, a lot of doctors, nurse practitioners are doing this kind of strategy because they have so much full-time income. They need to diversify with different houses, real estate, whether it's apartment complex, whether it's a residential home, duplex, fourplex, or even just a vacant land that you could use the vacant land to sell it with the government to the state. If they will develop a farm, they can develop their parking lot there. So that's why it appreciates the income generation because when you retire, you have income sources. You have properties that you can sell and that will give you income on your retirement. Number three benefit is the tax benefits. The real estate investments offer various tax advantages. Again, you can even it's appraising its value. This you can also use the depreciation expense. So this is the wear and tear of the property. Every year, you could benefit from. It's not an actual losses, but because of the depreciation. When somebody's renting the house, when somebody's renting your property, you are qualified for depreciation expense in year to year. And it's computed, it can be spread out between 10 or 20 years, depending on the type of the property that you're getting. So at least even the more interest expense, it's also a business deduction. So those are one of the benefits of having your own real estate. Then number four, it's a tangible asset. That's another benefit. Real estate is a physical asset. You can use this as a collateral in purchasing another assets. So that's why other people they have more purchasing power because they have a bigger collateral. Whenever you loan and whether you expand your property, aside from the debt income ratio that the bank are looking, the investor is also looking for your collateral. So what can they get if ever worst thing scenario that you cannot pay off the loan, they have a building that they can take or real estate that they can take. Okay, what are the disadvantages of real estate? Number one is the high initial cost because every real estate that you're gonna do, especially if you have so many debts in properties, it's the down payment. Usually they require 3% or less for the principal amount as a first time for you to purchase another real estate. Some of them they don't want you to they want you to settle the other existing loan you have before they even allow you to have another property on your name or maybe on your LLC. And then those are just the things that you want to consider. For other people that this is the first time buying their own home, there's a first time home buyer credit. You need to check that out with your lender. Even, by the way, even you don't have social security in the US, you can still purchase your own real estate through the use of individual tax ID number, or called the IT. Okay. Number two, another thing is maintenance and management. So when you say maintenance and management, if you buy your own home but you're not planning to live there in the place on the city, you realize you want to live in a bigger city like Dallas or California, Las Vegas, and you bought a house in, let's say, in Brownsville, maintenance and management can be costly. Why? Because you still have to have a property manager. Number two, there are just some things that expensive in maintaining a house, the AC, the utility, I mean, those pipelines. Those are just the things that the roof is another that you have to consider. HOA, those are the things that can eat your budget. What if there's nobody's renting it, whether it's an Airbnb or having a long-term tenant? You still have to maintain the basic things in the house. But I don't suggest for you to buy a property until you know that you're going to settle on that place. Number three is the market risk. This is another disadvantage. The real estate values can fluctuate based on the economic conditions, interest rate, and local market factors. After the COVID situation, inflation was an all-time high. So that's not a good idea to buy a property because it's too expensive compared than the past years. Well, everybody has been affected by this COVID situation. And then number four, the other drawback for having a real estate is liquidation. It's tangible, but it's not always liquid. What if you have a 250,000 worth of the house and then you need the money tomorrow because of emergency? You cannot easily dispose the property. Usually it takes 6 months depending how good your broker is. So that's why whenever you put on this kind of type of investment, look it on the long run, the next 10 years of your career. That is the time that you just want to sell the property and able for you to really manage the risk. You need to be more conservative on your approach, especially if you're not, this is your first time in real estate. Okay. The other most popular, and this has always been controversial product, is the Index Universal Life, or the IUL. Life insurance in general is good, whether it's whole life, whether it's term, whether it's IUL. So the insurance, it is not investment. Again, it is not to be offered as investment primarily. It's a protection from income loss, or also from, it's an asset protection and income loss. What do you mean by that? Let's say you're barely starting your career in the US and you're a nurse practitioner, you have the spouse, and then you have 3 kids. While you're working and earning so much money, what's going to happen if you die, right? What's going to happen if you get sick? So the life insurance is basically a protection that will cover, because you don't want to have a hardship, financial hardship with your kids, because if you're the breadwinner of the family and suddenly, we have to be practical in the US. You cannot just ask for GoFundMe. You need to be properly protected. This is a example that happened on a client, in a nurse practitioner in New York, and she was making 350,000 2023, or I mean 2022 for year 20. So she's making a lot of money, but then 2023, she got rushed to the hospital. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So what happened? Instead of her making $250,000 for year 2023, it declined because she can no longer work and she has to go through chemotherapy and radiation. So the insurance, up to 90%, there's a living benefit on the insurance that she was able to use. But I have to wrap this up because I'm going to be jumping on my other meeting. The other thing is, when the other advantage of that is the protection. The second advantage is any income that you get from the life insurance, whether it's death or living benefit, are non-taxable. Okay, but specifically for the IUL, they can also grow. There's a accumulation, cash accumulation, which means your premium that you're paying can grow between 3.5%. But 3.5%, it's very conservative. It's not, if you're very aggressive in your investment, index universal life might not be ideal for you because it has its own drawbacks. The complexity of this IUL, you need to check it with your financial advisor, whatever, how are they putting or diversifying your money, because it has a living benefit, it has a death benefit, and how are they putting money in terms to grow, like how will accumulate cash based on the premiums that they're paying, how much of your cash premium are going to investment. The other, it's a higher cost compared with term because this one does not expire. Okay, it doesn't have expiration. Unlike with term, it only has a 30-year premium, so that's why it's cheaper. You also have to check the different cost of investing in IUL, Index Universal Life. Okay, so make sure that you know the surrender charge, you know the other charges, and administrative charge. You need to make sure that what you're putting yourself into, and then what is the cap, what is the flooring, and what is the ceiling in terms of how much your investment can perform. Because this is very conservative. It's not gonna let you grow your money with unlimited. It's not, sky's the limit. You need to check on that. Okay. So again, guys, these are the different. Now these are the different investment options that are very popular, and I make the most out of my time today because I have to go now to my meeting. Where's my thing? Oh my God. All right, we're gonna convert. Join me as we are covered. We're gonna go to the meeting, but I'm gonna keep this live. So if you want to know more, there's a replay in this YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel. Just follow Chris Waikoko. Let me check where's the.